All right, guys, welcome back to another one. I am the gold standard, and today we are in it with blue yellow ace. And why? Well, because I did not expect the banning of Enos Lobby and red purple law to have such a dramatic effect on the meta. Because right now, guys, on Sim, it is the Wild West. It is nothing but rogue decks, and I'm actually having trouble finding certain matchups that I'm looking for. And instead of complaining about it, I just decided to jump in with my absolute favorite rogue deck, which is blue yellow ace. So guys, join me in the chaos that is the Sim right now with your favorite rogue deck. And if you don't have one, try out this ace build. So let's go over his leader ability so you understand exactly why I love this deck. It reads Dawn ×2, activate main once per turn, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, add up to one 5-cost character to the top of your life face up, and then place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. At the end of your turn, send all face up cards in life to the trash. Yes, that's a novel, but here is how it works. Basically what you're doing is you have a kid brother in your hand, you activate his leader ability and load one of the corresponding big brothers, play the kid brother out, activate it, and now your leader gets a plus 2,000 on top of the 2 Dawn that are already attached. So now he's a 9k leader swinging in, and you get to cheat in one of the big brothers. So this deck plays extremely aggressive, guys. It is a very aggro style deck, which I love because it forces your opponents to make decisions that they wouldn't necessarily want to. But on top of that, in OP06, his leader ability was extremely inconsistent because we only had one ace that we could go into. And so most of the time you had to play this with Sabo little brothers as well. But now you only play with the 2 little brothers, and each of them have 8 corresponding older brothers that you can potentially hit. And so your odds have gone up astronomically, but it still feels a lot like gambling to me every single turn. And so there's a part of me that loves rolling the dice, seeing if I hit his leader ability. And when you hit it like 2 or 3 times in a row, guys, in a game, you're pretty much guaranteed to win because he's now 7k on their turn and really hard to hit back. And those 9k swings are just so deadly going into certain matchups. Cool, so knowing that, let's take a look at the deck list. And to give credit where credit is due, guys, I actually pulled this deck list from Artress TCG. I tried a couple other versions of this deck, but I really liked his ratios, and it actually goes very well with my playstyle. So anyway, guys, if you haven't, check out his channel. I think he's got some great gameplays, and he's a really good player. But after filming this video, guys, I did make one change to this deck with a tech card, and I think it makes a huge difference. So make sure you stick around for that. So first up, the absolute backbone of this deck are the Kid Brother Ace and the Kid Brother Luffy, and then their corresponding older brothers. So you have 4 of the Supernova Luffy and 4 of the Rocket Luffy. The Rocket Luffy is great for removal. He can get rid of a 4 cost, but he's only online at 2 life. And this Luffy is great for finishing out the games as an 8k swinger, especially once you're down in life. And then the Ace variants are the Rush Ace, which everybody knows is the rush after you're at 2 life or less. And then finally, this is the new addition to this deck, and I think this is what really makes it work. And this is where I was messing it up a lot, guys, when I was first trying out this build, because I haven't played Ace in like 2 months, but I kept on thinking I could only mess with the 2 cards that I draw off of his ability. And really, you can rearrange your whole hand. So if you have 2 dead cards in hand, you can drop them to the bottom of the deck. But otherwise, what you're trying to do is use his ability to load your next turn. So what you can do with his ability is, if you have a big brother in hand with a corresponding little brother, you can put down the Ace, activate his ability, put back the big brother first, and then whatever else you want to draw into, so maybe like a boa or a garp or something, or even the little brother. On the following turn, then you draw into whichever card first that you've loaded, and you know that the Ace is next. This card was literally built for this deck. Like, it allows it to work so well. And then after those, you have to play a playset of Garp. Now, the 2 other cards in this deck that I think are very important are this new Viola blocker, because she allows you to activate the leader ability and put a 5 cost and then flip it over. So a lot of times in the early game, when I don't necessarily have a play with one of the little brothers, or I miss it or something like that because I don't have the older brother in the life, I'll just load one of these, and then I'll use my Viola and develop a blocker and flip the 5 cost down so that now I have extra life. And then the other card that's kind of a staple, I think, is Hiyori here, because it allows you to rearrange your life. And so what you'll do is load something like a useless 5 drop, something like the Satori, and then swap it out with a big brother in your hand, and then activate it with the little brother. And so this card, I think, is absolutely necessary for this deck. Now, as for the rest of the cards, let's go through those one by one. Flampe is pretty good. She's a great 2K, and she allows you to sometimes take the card from the top of your life. So for instance, if you've activated leader ability and say you've got an ace on there that you want to have in your hand because you don't actually have a kid brother to use it with, you can just draw it with the Flampe and also another card. And so this card's really good. I'm using Red Rock in this, and honestly, I would prefer to use Gravity Blade, but the problem is that Gravity Blade is a 7-cost event, and so you can't actually use that, play a kid, and use leader ability in the same turn. But with Red Rock, you can, and it's good. Don't get me wrong, guys, but like I said, I would actually prefer to use Gravity Blade because the thing that stops this deck the most is blockers. And if you had some kind of way to make your leader a 9k and develop a body plus remove 2 blockers, I mean, this deck would be unstoppable. After that, we've got Boa Hancock, and this card's pretty good. There is a chance that it can remove a 1-cost blocker as well as freeze a really big body. A lot of the times what you just need to do is buy yourself time, and that's what this Boa does. Next up, we've got Pudding. Everybody knows and hates Pudding, and if you're playing blue, you have to have at least 2 Puddings in your deck, if not a full play set. And frankly, I would actually drop this down just a little bit because you don't want to see her more than maybe once a game. And last but not least, I have the 10-drop base in here. I originally tried this deck with a few other cards in there, like for instance, Gidatsu. But I found that Gidatsu kind of defeats the point of this deck because this is an aggressive deck. And by playing Gidatsu, what you end up trying to do is let them keep some amount of life. And so a lot of times on that first turn, I want to attack in, but I've got a Gidatsu in hand. And so it defeated kind of like my end goal of this deck. Whereas the ace here is perfect because late game, it gives me a life back, which is, you know, a potentially dangerous trigger for the opponent. But also I can attack into something on the board or attack them for 10. So this is a great card for this deck. Now, as promised, let me show you the one change that I made to this deck that I think makes it a lot more consistent, which is I dropped the Boa to 2 and the Pudding to 2, and I put in this 2-drop Sanji. And what this Sanji allows you to do is you can load a random 5k into life and then draw it into your hand and add a new random card from the top of your deck to life. And so not only are you gaining life with this card, but you're also gaining card advantage because you can draw things into your hand that you actually want. Cool, guys, that's all I've got. I hope this helps, and I hope it encourages you guys to jump into the absolute chaos that is the sim with me. And if you find anything in this video useful, please like, subscribe, all of that. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, guys, and then I'll stop asking. So just get it over with now. Thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. All right, we are in it with the Reiju. I'm gonna just go ahead and keep this because I got 1 kid, I've got a search, I've got some ways to stack potential things. Go ahead and do this. Man, that is so unfortunate. I guess we'll take the ace and the turn there. So play Porsche. Maybe they get an Ichiji down on curve, which is always a pain. No cards to draw. All right, that's good for us. Bon Clay, the nightmare. Bon Clay. Oh man, I'm actually gonna take this one for a couple reasons. One, I really want to use this leader ability. We don't get anything. Wow. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to do that because I can't use the Hiyori here. And I mean, I should have put this down last turn, but you know, who would have thought? I guess I could have gone into this. Oh man, let's go here. We'll get ace in just for kicks. Like, I'm trying to keep the hand size a little small here because they do play Pudding. They do. Definitely Pudding people. Nah, they could be putting us. This could be the Pudding play. We'll take 1. Do we get a Pudding here? Queen. Cool. I'll take that. So they're setting up their Ichiji. Okay, so we can lock and load the ace no matter what here. But do we use this ace? Get a blocker and stack the deck a little. I'd rather have the rush ace in. Go here. Go here. He gives us the blocker. So he still has this bad boy, which I think I play one of these just to yeah, we'll put that on bottom. We'll put that on bottom. Oops, I accidentally put it on top. That is not what I wanted to do. Got to remember that for next time. ordering is the reverse. So this is a 4-cost Ichiji, which is unfortunate. Porsche into, I'm sure Ichiji this time. Yeah. Man, pudding would go a long way right now on our field. Huh, guys? Huh? So hopefully he swings with the Bon Clay this turn because I can swing into it with Garp. I'm sure he'll defend it, but it's still worth trying. Get some cards out of their hand. I can start putting these down to sort life, which could help. I need to get a kid, so we'll search for a kid, play one of these, something like that. 7, huh? Go with pass. Pass on that. Yeah, you can have the blocker. There's our pudding. Holy, that's actually a great card right now. So let's go ahead. We'll play the pudding first and then swing into the Bon Clay. Now he has a hard decision to make because if he burns that counter on that, that's a big card for us right there. Yep. So what do we do here? I guess I could drum up a kid, play leader ability, and potentially gain a life. Yeah, let's try this. Let's try and grab a kid. That's good. And, oh, I can't actually do that. Dang. Okay. So let's swing everything at that Bon Clay. See if we can clear it. If he gives us more counter, like, awesome. Cool. 5 and 7. All right. So what's he got? 3 attacks here, plus maybe an Ichiji turn. We'll see. Yeah, Ichiji. All right. Swing that into the ace, I'm assuming. So I can freeze the Ichiji, which is fine with the Boa, and potentially get an ace off of leader ability, which would be huge. Okay, he's got the card draw back. It's funny because that Ichiji that he just played is the one that I stacked in life backwards, which is unfortunate. So he goes 7 here. Yeah, he can definitely have that. He goes 7 at life and 5 at life. Oh, nice. He clears the Garp. I love to see that. So he goes 7 here at life. Yes, and we take that. And I am going to use this on you. Awesome. Decent time to get that trigger. Okay, so we Boa this. I've got 10, so we can Boa leader ability. Hope that we draw into an ace. Yeah, we just pray. Play the life roulette. Yes! That's actually the good ace that we wanted right now. Drop this. Play this. And deploy that. So do we clear any of his board here? He's got 2 attacks potentially. I think we have to. Yeah, so we'll clear this out. Interesting. Because I could swing on that again and get a blocker in. But I feel like having this down for the next turn is better. Yeah, I think we just swing in here and freeze here. And we end our turn. Because now they've got 1 attack and potentially another with Ichiji. I have a decent amount of counter. He pretty much has to clear this turn. So yeah, he's got the Ichiji in trash. Plays Ichiji. Okay, so he's got 2 attacks. I can counter 1. No problem. This one. So does he clear this? A 6. A 6 and a 9. Yeah, I have to use the counter because it also draws another attack in because now he has to attack with that. I could counter too. And then we could go for game potentially next turn. What could he play for 2? Does he get a blocker down? Oh man, so we get what, 1, 2, 3. I gotta do it. I gotta do it. I gotta try it. Yeah, he gets the blocker. All right. So let's see if we can get a... I think we have to try and get a Luffy. And we do. Oh, and we get the good Luffy. Yes. Nice. Cool. Yeah, so we go here, drop this here, use this, deploy it, use it to trash this bad boy. We have to swing with this one just because the... In fact, I'm going to put 2 on just because if it draws out a 2K, that's even better. Just because the Dawn investment there is pretty solid. It's kind of, I think, worth it. So let's go here. So we get, there's no way, I mean, he could do a 9. 9, 10, 9. Let's see, 9, 9. Man. Okay, so he's got 10. So there's no way he can get a 9 here. So do we go 8? We have to get all 3 of these through. 10, 10, 9, 10, I think we have to do. Or 9, 9, 10, 9, 9, 11 maybe? Let's try 9, 9, 11. Takes this for sure. 9, 9, 10, I think is the move here. Because we know it's in these, but they're definitely not 2Ks. Just don't remember what they exactly were. Let's try 10. Cool, yeah. Whoo, that was a good one. That was a good game. Saving this ace there is the one we needed. So that's the Reiju matchup. I got a little lucky there, guys. I'm not gonna lie. All right, we are in it with Katakuri. I took second from him. I have Hiyori's, so I might keep this just because. And I have a Viola. Problem is that, man, they can cheat out a lot of life or weird things from life. I got a mulligan. Yeah, we gotta see if we can get some aces and. Oh, this is my old build. I forgot that I changed this. Gidatsu is not supposed to be in here. Dang it. And the turn. Actually, we'll cheat one of these out right now. Yeah, this is supposed to be the 10 drop ace. I used the wrong list, but that's all right. You guys should be using the 10 drop ace because it makes so much more sense in this deck. Cool, Viola. All right, let's do this. Let's play the game. The roulette. Do we cheat out another, honestly? Might as well. Let's just swing 9. Get that through. Go here, end the turn. I mean, there is some use of Gidatsu, but... Okay, well, he forgot that I'm a 7K. Oh, never mind, he did. Okay, he did good. Just took it a second to catch up. No, actually we'll take this because I want to get Ace back online. Now we can dig up a Kid Luffy as well. Cool, yeah. Dig up a Kid Luffy, which we don't. That's unfortunate. Unfortunate. So we'll take this. I wonder if I put this in life, if that's worth it. Because this could KO this. I could put this in life. Yeah, let's go ahead and try that because let's put a 5K in there. Yeah, we'll put this guy in. We'll put a Hiyori in. Well, I guess we just use leader ability, honestly, or use the ace. Yeah. Yeah, all right, we'll do it. Placing on top. We definitely want the red rock. And I kind of feel like this is good too, so we'll go red rock first. And now we will swing a 9 and a 10. I was originally thinking about loading the Luffy into life because it would KO this on the next turn. But you know what? I don't think that matters. I'd rather just be stacked up like this to 7. Have some attackers. I mean, this dude's got some cards in hand right now. 7 on 7. I'm gonna have to go with absolutely not. So what does he play here? 6. This is what makes it a 9, 8, 9. Yeah, okay. Absolutely not. We're definitely gonna block out of that because we can just keep this pressure game going. Okay, pair of sparrows. It just kind of doesn't matter right now because so I don't have. Do we want to give him cards? Because I could do this to attack. Nah, I think we just swing. We just got to swing more. Let's keep swinging. I gotta say 5. So let's go 8, 7, 6. So let's do that in a reversed order. Let's go 6, 7, 8. Is there any reason to use this leader ability right now? I guess I could gain a life. So what do we have here? Yeah, we could gain a life. Let's just do that. That's worth it, I guess. And then I can still use this. Give him a card, I guess. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, because we go Viola. Problem is now we just have to do really big attacks. So we'll go like 10. Let's go 9. 9 again. Let's go 9. Let's go 9. I mean, I'm assuming he gives us a bunch of counter here. There's just no way he takes this life. Also, I'm hoping that he slightly misorders these attacks on the next turn because if he does attack with Kiku first, I'm going to activate this to kill the Parasparrow, and that'll take 1 attack away from him. And I also have a blocker and a bunch of counter. So let's see, he's at 9. So, I mean, he can play the 7 Mom. He can play the 9 drop. Well, no, he can't do it. I was gonna say if they have a Yamato, which would be a weird thing for Katakuri to have, but it's a possibility, guys. You see weird things on the old sim. So he grabs a 2K because he knows what's coming. So let's see. Hopefully he, like I said, swings with one of these 2 first, and I can just get the Parasparrow and body him. He does. That's exactly. Oh, I was hoping he'd swing into life. Dang it. Is that worth saving? I kind of think it is. Yeah, definitely worth saving at this point because we go here, here. I got, what, 3 more K? And then he can swing there. Yeah, we'll definitely save this. Definitely save that, and then he can have this blocker. He swings 9, huh? Yeah, you can have that, and that's the turn, friends. Man, I was hoping that that would go slightly differently, but whatever. So let's go. So how do we do this? We've got to get some pretty solid attacks through. So let's go 3, 4, 4, or 3, 3, 4. So 3, 8, 9, 11. Is that enough? Yeah, I mean, it's. I mean, we got to go for it because, yeah, 8, 9, and 11. Takes that. He gets the trigger. Look at him go. Look at him go. Man, that's how it goes. That's the yellow trigger. I even thought about saving 6 to potentially remove it, but That's all right. Let's just go 6 and 7. See what he does here. Because if he gives us more cards, like, that's ideal. Cool. All right, well, let's see what he does here, because he can 10-mom, get his life back, and he can swing into my board here with everything he's got, yeah. So he burns that, gets the 2K there, sure. So he can definitely still... So how does this work? Because I could actually... Nope, I don't even have counter. Never mind. I lied. Yeah, you can definitely have that. And you can have that too. Oh, sweet, guys. So what do we do? Go 5, 7, 7, 7? Yeah, let's try it. Let's see what happens. Gives us the 2K. 7. No way. That's all right. Blocker. And that should be game. Cool. Ah, yes. That is the beautiful pressure of ace, guys. I love to see it. All right, we're in it with the Zoro Sanji build. And I love this deck too, guys. So I'm very curious to see what it'll go with, how it'll go with this. So I needed a mulligan to get a kid. I've got 2 blocker aces, which will be good. Perfect. I mean, I have nothing but aces in hand. I might as well. I don't think he'll remove this one on the first try. So what we'll do activate is next turn we'll activate the leader ability. If we hit an ace, great. If we don't, I'm gonna Viola and just load whatever we get into life. Because if we get a Rocket Luffy, for instance, that could be huge against this particular build, because everything they're playing is the 4-drop stuff that they're trying to turn into 7K swingers over and over. All right, big swing. Okay. So I'm not actually upset seeing that. I mean, I can kind of do the same play a couple turns in a row if I need to. This is the Sanji that I've been adding, and I do like this card a lot. So here's what you got to do. We go here. I guess I just take the ace, honestly, because, yeah, we have to. I wanted to load the Rocket Luffy, but it's just, it ain't it. It ain't the play, guys. Go 9 here. And then I'm going to drop this Sanji, because this Sanji is going to be very useful later. So now he has to swing kind of heavy to get through to me. I have these aces, so... Okay, cool. So he's doing the, yeah, this combo. So you can actually kind of starve out this Zoro build, I've noticed, depending on how you organize certain things. I'm gonna just give him one of these because it basically would have been a blocker anyway. Okay, so let's see if we can't get another ace. Perfect. I actually should have just taken that hit. Yeah, we'll do another ace. So we'll go here. Leader ability, deploy this. I'm just gonna keep swinging in, honestly. We'll just keep the pressure up. We'll go here. I mean, he's got to either take this or give us a ton of counter, and I'll take the counter. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting, guys, because how many attacks can he get through next turn? So yeah, we'll drop this. Doesn't matter. I thought about just swinging again with this and getting more counter out, but I'm gonna save it for one turn, guys. So he has a lot of counter in hand here. We're also a 7K again, so it is tough for him to get through. Okay, he gets a blocker down. Now he doesn't have a lot of counter to work with, or a lot of Dawn to work with. Okay, bucking. I mean, yeah, sure. now he really, I mean, all right, sure. We'll see what happens. If I pull a Kid Luffy from the top here right now, that would be absolutely clutch. Like, completely game breaking. So we'll see what he does here. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. All right, well, doesn't even attack. So I was originally thinking he would give us this as a potential option. So what do we want to do here? I think we just got to swing very heavily. Yeah, sure. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to make this a... What do we want to put there, though? Let's put... I guess we'll put this one there. Doesn't really matter. And I'm going to use the ability. Take the top life card into hand, gain a life. And so now we've kind of one-upped. So he's the 5 now. Okay, they give us that. Do I even bother clearing anything here? I don't think so. I think we just go like 9-9. Let's go 7-9-9 and just see what happens. Because I still have the blocker. Yeah, this is honestly fine. Everything is totally fine here. Takes that. All right. And we go here. Gives us the blocker, I'm sure. He counters out of that. Wow. Incredible. Incredible. All right. I'll take it. So I'm still 5K. I mean, he could get some good swings in here. I have a blocker. He needs 5 swings to go through. So 6 with my blocker, unless he has some kind of removal. I have tons and tons of rush options and just random stuff in here. 7 on that. Yeah, you can have that. So, nah, you can have that. None of this matters particularly, because I kind of want him to attack in, because if I have a Rocket Luffy in my life here, I'm just going to destroy this blocker, and I have tons of chances. Odds are decent. Yep, go right ahead. Perfect, just like that. I'm sorry, guys. That is just stunning. Yep, go right ahead. So who's he gonna restand? One of these? Yeah, cool. Pudding. Sure. Okay, doesn't really matter now here. So we'll just swing. Go 5-7-7. Doesn't really matter. Or go 5-7. Not 5-7-7. 5. What? 13, 14, something like that. Yeah. Here we go. Yeah, guys, I like this Sanji a lot in this deck. Cool. GG's, my guy. 'Twas fun.